Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 15 January 2026. Thursday night at 9. Must be time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel, and a knife sale we shall have. First off, before we get into the thick of it, let's do a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First among the items in the housekeeping segment of tonight's video, please be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post them on the screen for you in just a moment. I will also print them in the description underneath this video so you can peruse them at your leisure. Especially if you're new, the way we do things on this sale might be a little different than you're used to, so please give the terms a good look. Make sure you're okay with them before you attempt to participate. Also in the description at the very top, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on this channel. The first among them is called A Primer for Buyers, and that's a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. It'll help you understand why we do things the way we do. The second link of the 3 is to my FAQs for Consignors video. That one explains how this sale works from the Consignors perspective, and for those of you who don't know, about 98% of the knives that you're going to see on this sale are consigned by other collectors. The third link is to my rates and services video for the Apostle P Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. We currently have a pretty good backlog, just about 2 weeks, way down from where it usually sits at about 4 or 5. And we have a post-holiday sharpening service promotion going on that gives you free return postage with certain quantities of knives per box. So you may be able to get some help with your postage if you postmark your shipment to me before February. Let's see what else we got going on. Oh, at the bottom of the description, you're going to see the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps and pricing. So you can peruse that inventory, click on the timestamp, jump straight to that segment. Now on the right, the pricing column is generally going to have 2 numbers in it. The one to the left of the slash is the price of your knife as shown in the video. The one on the right, as sharpened by the Apostle P Knife Service. There will be next day sharpening this week for the first 4 knives purchased to be sharpened. Those will ship tomorrow, Friday the 16th, along with all of the as shown sold items. Not to worry if you fall outside the first 4. Your sharpened knife will ship in a couple weeks. If you see the word sold, all caps, exclamation point, in lieu of pricing for any given item, that means it's already bought and paid for by its new owner, so no need to send an I'll take it or an inquiry about anything marked sold. I believe that's it for the preliminaries. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you, and we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First off, we've got 4 leftovers from last week. The first one, man, I can't believe you guys napped on this one. From Kershaw, it is the model 7551, the Launch 18. Probably, I don't know, man, this might be my favorite EDC of all the Launch series. It is scaled in kind of a smoke gray, hard anodized aluminum. Blasted finish with the ano over top. No backspacer. The 2 halves kind of emulate a backspacer. They sort of emulate an integral, don't they? But they are seamed in the center. Pocket clip. A nice shorty deep carry ambidextrous tip-up clip. Button lock automatic with a smoke gray pivot collar. The blade is kind of a spear cliff, full flat ground, stone washed, CPM 154, which is an awesome blade steel. I think it's kind of a Goldilocks in edge holding and sharpenability. Blade length on the 18 is 2 13/16. The handle's 3 7/8. Lockup is dead rock solid. Centering is bang on, as most launches are. Action, beautiful. Condition of this knife will be near mint to like new in box. They are currently available from your favorite web retailer of Kershaw knives. It'll cost you $145 plus tax to buy a new one. We ran this one last week at $110, didn't sell, dropped it to $95 for the weekend, which, guys, is just too cheap, but we're going lower. This week's price, $89, shipped priority mail, all in, $109 with my edge. Next day sharpening is available. That is the Launch 18 from Kershaw. Next, a leftover Spidey, and kind of a legend. There's my label. It's the Ty Millie. The titanium handled Spyderco Military. Now discontinued. Blasted scale on the show side, blasted scale on the business side. We got some fine snail trails. A little bit of wear on that Casey Lynch deep carry clip. Thank you for the viewer who told me what that is. And there is no factory clip present, just so you know. We open it. We have a blade of S30V. Made in Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. This is the CQI version of the Ty Millie, so it does have the steel insert in the titanium frame lock. Locking up at about 45%. Rock solid. Action is normal. Centering is beautiful. Let's see. Yeah, works just fine. So we'll say near mint, in box, slight trails in the titanium. We'll scratch on the clip. Discontinued and out of stock. When these were available, they had a Spyderco map price of $239. Excuse me. Sold listings on eBay range between $145 and $394. Now that $145 knife was a turd. Most of them are in the mid to high twos. We ran this one last week at $210, did not sell, dropped it to $195 for the weekend. It's still here. Your price this week, $185. $185 like it is, $205 with my edge. Next day sharpening is available. Next up, another Spyderco leftover. This one is a pair of 3 in the plain Jane version. Current S45 VN steel, black G10, satin blade. Here's the knife. Very fresh G10. Kind of got a little Emerson-y thing going on. 4-way pocket clip, compression lock, rides on ball bearings, opens with a hole. I love that sort of tumble polish they're doing on the S45. Looks great. Etching looks great. 2 15/16 blade, 4 5/16 handle. The compression lock is dead solid. Not quite a free dropper, but close. Centering, bang on down the middle. I called it very close. Does it? I guess it does favor the bottom scale ever so slightly. We'll call it like new in box. These are currently available on the internet for a Spyderco map price of $187. We ran this one last week at $130, didn't sell, dropped it to $120 for the weekend. Still here. This week somebody gets it for $110. Wow. $135 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Spyderco pair 3. Next, man, I need more left-handed viewers. We have a beautiful Chris Reeve, large Sebenza 31 PJ, left-handed in MagnaCut. Here's your birth card. Drop point, MagnaCut, titanium, left-handed, born July 16th of 24. here is the knife. A total safe queen, by the way. Just a little burnishing on the nub on the thumb stud, so it's been played with. Does not appear to have been carried. There's your blade. 3 9/16 inches long, 4 3/4 handle. Reeve integral lock with ceramic ball interface. So the inner edge of the lock bar is at about 48%, which means the ceramic ball is probably contacting at about 35. So lots of room on the lock. Not a free dropper, but they rarely are from the factory. Centering, beauteous, as you would expect. So I'm going to call it like new in box with some fiddling having happened on the very end of the thumb stud. Out of stock at $500 web retail. We ran this one last week at $450. Didn't sell. Dropped it to $425 for the weekend. No lefties in sight. Your price this week, $400. Like it is, $425 with my edge on that Magna Cut blade. The Lefty Sebenza 31 from Chris Reeve. Well, guys, that'll do it for the leftovers. Now it's time for the fresh stuff. We're going to start it off with a combo deal that anybody can afford. We shall call it the Outdoor Edge Combo, because we have two knives that are both from Outdoor Edge. Now, these are not expensive, but you know what? If you need a bushwhacking fixed blade and an EDC/Necker fixed blade, we got you. The first one is called the Brush Demon. Comes in a plastic reinforced and padded nylon sheath. Looks like we got several ways to attach this. We got Velcro belt loop. You can low dangle it. You can high ride it. Because it's sort of a kukri profile, the blade comes out of the sheath that way. Look at this beast, would ya? The steel designation is 65 MN carbon steel. So I guess that would be a 1065 with a little manganese. It's kind of a thinner, like 150 thousandths thick kukri profile. Black coated. This has been in the woods a little bit, looks like. Anyway, 13 inches of blade. And then you got a 7 1/4 inch brown polymer handle. You could call that flat dark earth, right? It's been used, but we'll call the condition excellent. No box. I'm going to put him back in here. Yeah. And then we've got another one from Outdoor Edge. This is the Leduc. The Leduc. So this could be a little necker. It comes in a riveted molded polymer sheath with, I think, a swiveling polymer clip. And then you got this little device, because there's really no snap as it goes into the sheath. This thing does snap, and it snaps over that little boss. And it's kind of a pain to release, frankly. I guess that's the way to do it. You like that, and then with your index finger and thumb, just pull back on that. And then out it comes. Pretty smart little design. Look at the horn, how it falls between the ring and pinky fingers. Really locks it into the hand. Got an 8CR13 MOV blade and a tumbled DLC-like material. Kind of a Japanese Tonto almost. Thin stock, probably less than 1/8 of an inch. Blade length on the Leduc, 2 5/8, handle 3 5/8. Pretty cool, actually. We'll call it near mint in box. So the Brush Demon sells new for like $27. These sell, I guess these are about $30 with the brown handle. $25 for the Leduc we're going to offer, and that would be plus tax and postage, which is going to be a lot on that big knife. We're going to offer you both of them, all in, shipped priority mail, $40. Yeah, how about that? If you're new to the fixed blade world, you'd be pretty well set up with that for $40. Plus 20 to sharpen the Leduc, plus 35 to sharpen the Brush Demon. That's the Outdoor Edge combo. Next up, we have one we're going to call the Budget Combo, and you get 3 knives with this. 3. And this is kind of a brother-in-law set, I have to say. This is the Frost Cutlery brother-in-law Bowie. Yeah, this next, you want to save this for next Christmas, because look, the laminated wood handle is red and green. You have a nylon sheath with a flimsy plastic liner. And you have this thing. Yeah. Okay, it's garbage. That's why it's a brother-in-law knife. A 10 1/4 inch blade, service sog Bowie pattern in unnamed stainless steel with China boldly etched. And Frost Cutlery surgical steel. Yeah. Then you got a 6-inch handle. Yeah, anyway. So there's that. This could be like an annual Christmas gift that gets passed around and laughed at, right? And then second, we've got the Smith & Wesson SWAT folder. Large, even. It is handled in some kind of a coated blasted aluminum, some rubber-like inlays, a tip-down right-hand pocket clip. Opens with a thumb stud if you're right-handed. And it's got a little staining on that, some kind of stainless steel blade. Blade length on the SWAT, 3 3/4, handle 4 7/8, stainless steel liner lock. Actually, it's all squared away. I think it rides on, I don't know, some kind of washers, probably Teflon. But action's great, lockup is perfect. What about the centering? How about perfect? So you're going to get that. And then you're going to get the Timberline Kickstart. Molded FRN of some kind, scales, right-hand tip-down deep carry pocket clip. Opens with thumb studs. Got a black coated swedged spear point blade in AUS 8. 3 3/16 blade, 4 5/8 handle. Stainless steel liner lock with, hard to see in the light, but I'm going to say roughly 50% lockup, which is rock solid. And it's spring assisted, sort of. It's not a very strong spring assist, but it's there. Centering, I don't know, close. This one is near mint, no box. So yeah, you get the I should have just called it the brother-in-law combo. But anyway, who knows what these Bowies cost? $5. Then you got the SWAT. Then you got the Timberline. Let's do $50 shipped for all 3, plus 30 to sharpen the Bowie and 20 each for the other 2 if you so desire. The budget combo, or brother-in-law combo. Next up, we have a lot that we're going to call the Mora Opinel combo, and you're going to get 3 knives with this. The first among them is the Mora knife Companion HD. We've had several of these brand new in the box, just like this one. Blaze orange polymer sheath. Beautiful sheath, by the way. And then this work of art. This is a carbon steel version of this knife. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that finishing. Scandi ground, subtle clip point. Factory edge on these is just okay, but it's not horrible. 3 7/8 blade, 5-inch handle, dual durometer polymer. The black is soft, the orange is hard. You guys know this knife. like new in box. Then you're going to get an Opinel number 8. I don't know how you say that. Couteau de Jardin? I don't know. Garden knife. It's the garden knife version of the number 8. 3 1/4 blade in stainless steel. The wooden handle is 4 1/4. Solid one piece of wood. It has the ferrule lock. Twist to lock in the open position. This one does have the closed lock feature, so it will not open if you rotate it the other direction. Just a beautiful little knife. And the last one we got for you is an Opinel number 10 in carbon steel. That has a 3 7/8 inch carbon steel blade, beautifully convex sharpened, solid wood handle, ferrule lock mechanism, and it locks just in the open position. And it's, I don't know, near mint to like new. It's just a little bit of staining from sitting on the carbon steel blade. So let's see. The Companion HD sells for about $25 web retail. The number 8 garden knife about $26. The number 10 about $25. We're going to sell you the whole shooting match, all in, shipped priority mail, $50 plus $20 each to sharpen. The Mora Opinel combo. Next up, we have the Opinel combo. So you're going to get 3 Opies. 1, 2, 3. First one is an Opinel number 6. Kind of a diminutive Opie. And this will be in inox or stainless steel. Clip point blade. 2-position ferrule lock, so open lock and closed lock. Wooden handle. 2 7/8 blade, 3 11/16 handle. Then you get the Opie number 8. Open and closed ferrule lock. Clip point blade, 3 1/4 inches. This one's in stainless steel. I should have cleaned that a little better. Sorry about that, guys. It's fine. It does have a little edge wear. It's been used a little. Back here by the base. Probably could use a sharpening. So 3 1/4 blade, 4 5/16 handle. And then last, you're going to get an Opinel number 8 garden knife. Closed and open ferrule lock. We saw the other one just like this in the last lot. Stainless steel spear point. 3 1/4 blade, 4 1/4 handle. Like new in box. So these sell for like $25 and $26. So about, what, $76 web retail. If you bought them new, we're going to do the whole combo. All in, shipped priority mail, $45 plus $20 each to sharpen. That is all in, shipped priority mail. That's the Opinel combo. Uh-oh. My house of cards is tumbling down. Next up, we have a custom fixed blade. So a very cool sort of Coke bottle symmetrical handle and a pancake constructed Kydex sheath. Guys, I have no idea on this knife. It looks like hand engraved on the flat. It looks like PUB 25. That's the only identification on the knife. It looks like about 150,000 stock, full tang, saber ground Sax pattern. Seax. A Scottish pattern. Works well as a dagger, but you can still cut with it. Blade length is 3 7/8. It appears to be stainless. I have no idea what kind. The handle length is 4 1/8, and it is quite good in the hand, actually. So maybe you guys know this knife. I have no idea. I don't think my consignor does either. As I've discussed over the last weeks, she's the widow of a deceased knife nut who has me selling her consigned collection. So you get that, and then I saved one Opinel to go with this. This is an Opinel number 9. With a walnut handle, 2-position ferrule lock, so you can lock it shut in the closed position. You can lock it open, of course. This is a stainless steel one. It's been used just a little. Clip point blade. What is that, about 4 inches? Yeah. You get that free. So for both all in, $120 plus 20 each to sharpen. That's the Pub 25 Custom Sax plus Opinel number 9 in your inventory. Next up. This is pretty special, boys and girls. Not because of this box. This is not the box this knife came in, but it's the box you're going to get. So way back in olden times, there was a dude named Ernie, and he wanted to become a knife guy. He was a military veteran. He wanted to make soldier blades. But he didn't have a knife factory, but he found one. It's called the Benchmade Knife Company. His name was Emerson. So I think late 80s, early 90s, the Emerson designs started to become reality, and Benchmade was the OEM. This, perhaps the most iconic of all Emerson patterns, is a Benchmade constructed CQC7. Tanto blade, combo edge, and you can just barely see the shadow of a butterfly and the word Benchmade in this well-loved knife. Bladed in ATS 34. No wave opener, but a beautifully jimped thumb ramp. Titanium liner lock. Blade rides on Nylotron washers. And this is out of that collection I've been referencing. It came in pieces in the CRKT box. So I've assembled it, and it's pretty righteous, I got to say. The blade is actually well centered, but the chisel grind makes it look like it's not. It is not rubbing, not in danger of rubbing. Super smooth action on the Nylotron washers. Just that tiny bit of Emerson stick that lets you know the knife is secure. How's the lockup? Let's see. Dead rock solid. 3 5/16 blade, 4 5/8 handle. Mechanics are about perfect. The clip screws are wonky. They were probably T6s, but a T7 is what you're going to need. And these are all Torx fasteners on the Benchmade produced Emersons. I think it's in pretty excellent condition with no box. Got to be worth $120. That's your price. $145 with my edge. The Benchmade Emerson CQC7. Next up, we've had, what did we have? We had a couple of these CRKT Hissatsu knives. We had the actual knife and a trainer that we sold. This one's different. In fact, we've got another one of those coming up later in tonight's sale. So how's it different? Well, you'll see. You have the same molded polymer sheath that all the Hissatsus have. You have the same handle that's, I guess it's a craton-like material. It's a dual durometer polymer handle. The pommel and guard areas are a hard compound, and then the simulated stingray is a softer compound. But here is the party trick. Oh yeah! That blade, and we don't know what the steel is. We think it's 440A. Polished flats, and what looks like a hand-rubbed satin, vertical in the back section, horizontal in the front of that Japanese tanto with a very pronounced yokote, made in Taiwan, not China. Blade length 7 3/16, handle 4 7/8. The James Williams design is just a beauty, and I would say it's in excellent no-box condition. Discontinued, out of stock, and kind of unobtainium. Let's do $50 shipped priority mail, 80 with an Apostle P edge. The CRKT 2907 Hissatsu fixed blade, made in Taiwan. Next up, we're going to call this the Boker Plus CRKT combo. We're going to start it off with the Boker Plus offering in a very nicely made sheath. Black leather with a pocket or belt clip. I would say that's more of a belt clip. Inside we have the 9218 chisel point. Stainless steel. You get a serrated main edge. You get a, it's interesting, it's a V-bevel chisel point. I'm not sure what that depression's for. That looks like a finger choil. That's definitely a seatbelt cutter. Scales are black G10. Got a little lanyard going on. 2 11/16 inches of blade, 3 1/4 inches of handle. We'll call it excellent, no box. You might even call it near mint, actually. So you get that. And then you get the CRKT 2907K Hissatsu, right? This is the Chinese-made one in the black EDP blade, which is 7 3/16 inches in length, 440A steel, 4 7/8 handle, dual durometer, hard polymer pommel and guard, softer simulated stingray. Okay. These are like $85 web retail. I have no idea on the chisel point. And then you're going to get another brother-in-law knife. It is the Ulu Alaska knife. Stainless steel blade, 2 3/16 inches long, 2 5/8 handle. Simulated scrimshaw scales. The whole shooting match, $60, shipped priority mail, plus 20 to sharpen that, plus 20 to sharpen that, plus 30 to sharpen this. The Boker Plus CRKT combo. Next up, we have the knife of the sale. This is interesting because it did not come in this box. This is a regular old K-Bar Master Series Becker knife and tool box that did house a BK5 Magnum camp. And the knife we have is a Becker Magnum camp, but it wasn't made by K-Bar. This one, my friends, was made in Effingham, Illinois. Do you know what that means? I do. This was made by Blackjack for Becker way, way, way back in the 90s, probably. Just like Benchmade was the first OEM for Emerson, Blackjack, under the leadership of Mike Stewart, I believe, was the first OEM for Becker. So you got a beautifully made black leather sheath. It almost looks like it's set up for cross draw first. And check out the closure. So it has a copper safety retainer that goes through that hole and a snap. Very interesting. And it works easily. Doesn't look like it would. Here is the knife. The Magnum Camp. A swedged trailing point. I'm going to guess, I should have called Mike and asked him. I'm going to guess that that's A2. There is your Boker maker's mark and Blackjack co-branded Jerry Fisk design. It is convex ground, 8.5 inches of blade, 5 3/8 inches of handle. And I'm not sure what's going on with these scales. I don't know if somebody attempted to finish those a different way or if that's the way they came. I don't know. They look to be removable. There is a piece of history right there. I'm going to call it excellent. Wrong box. One sold listing on eBay for this model. I can't believe there was one on there, but there was. It did $334 shipped. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail, $195, $225 if you'd like it with my edge on it. That is the Blackjack Boker knife and tool Magnum Camp. What a piece of history. Next up, it is watch time. Just one watch this week, and it is a G-Shock. And the model is the GST-B100-1 ACR, running the 5513 quartz module. And there it is. It's part of the G Steel collection. And it's a pretty trick, I got to say. Dimensions. 46 diameter, and that's to the narrowest point diagonally in the case. 50 lug to lug, about 14 thick and proprietary lug width. Resin strap, but a really nice resin strap. 4 pushers and a screw down crown, 200 meters of water resistance. Shockproof, of course. Tough solar, so it is recharged with light. And it is blue. It is a sort of Bluetooth smartwatch, sort of. Dual time zones. You can set times and time zones and swap time zones with the app on your phone. Your dual time is the 6 o'clock register. I think I've got them set up at Eastern and Central times right now. Date at 4:30. Pretty cool. Very near mint in box. The cheapest price I could find for these new, I think, was $329 at Walmart.com. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail, $175. The GST B100 G-Shock G-Steel. Next up, we have a pistol light. I don't think it came in this box, but your tool and your... Well, there's the battery. Son of a gun. Well, let's just put it in. Anyway, while I'm working, it's the Streamlight TLR7. I told my consignor there was no battery because I didn't look. There we go. Ambidextrous controls. 2 9/16 overall length. Now this is for a Glock, specifically the 43X. So your model number is the TLR7X sub, I think for subcompact, and it definitely fits the Glock 43. The condition is very near mint, in the wrong box, but who cares? $152 web retail. $152. Ooh, I turned it on. I should probably take the battery back out, shouldn't I? Let's do that. Anyway. We're going to do this one at $50. Is that right? $80. $80. That's the next one. $80, not $150, $80. That's the TLR7. Now let's move to the next one, which is from Olight, a little bit longer weapons light. This is the PL3 Valkyrie from Olight. Probably the least expensive model in this line from Olight because it takes CR123 batteries times 2, but it does have 1,000 lumens. Does it not have magnetic USB charging, which would be here if it had it, okay? Ambidextrous controls. Overall length is 3 1/4. Looks like a very versatile mounting system. So you can buy these new, web retail of about $80. Let's go 50 on this one. The Olight Valkyrie PL3S weapons light. 200 meters of throw. 1,000 lumens for $50. Okay, next up we're back to the knives. And we've got, well, we have 2 Chris Reeve knives coming. Both of them are going to come in reissue boxes with reissue certificates. My consignor bought these out of an elderly gentleman's collection, and some of the boxes got some water damage. So he had new boxes and COAs created by Chris Reeve. This is an Mnundi in bog oak. Magna Cut blade, made in 2024, reissued in October of 25. And this Mnundi is not pristine, so let's talk about how. There's your bog oak inlays. And this is I think, latest generation. It's definitely a latest generation Mnundi. And it was used and carried. Something happened up here. The spine of the handle has been polished. The clip has got a little grind on the end, like it was catching and they tried to smooth it. You can actually open these with your thumb with that new slot. Your Magna Cut blade, 2 11/16 inches in length. The handle's 3 5/8. A Reeve integral lock, carburized, no insert, locking up at about 45 to 50%. Rock solid lockup, of course. It does have a bushing pivot. Look at that. And a perfectly centered blade. So reissue box, scale and clip damage. If you order one of these from Chris Reeve brand new, it's going to, or if you find one at a web retailer, it's going to be $500. This one, $325 like it is. $350 with an ApostleP edge, and next day sharpening is available. That's the Mnundi in bog oak and Magna Cut from Chris Reeve. Next, another one from Chris Reeve, reissue box, reissue. Oh, not a reissue birth card, but you can see this one started to get a little wet. Magna Cut blade. Small and Cosi. Tonto. Right hand. Sandblasted. Black canvas inlay. Born January 20th of 2025. What a little sweetie this one is. Check that out, man. That is factory fresh. There's your little Small and Cosi Tanto in Magna Cut. Blade length, I got to turn the page. I'm getting old, forgetting stuff. Blade length is 2 5/8. The handle's 3 13/16. We have the ceramic ball version of the Reeve integral lock, locking up pretty doggone early. Nice smooth action. Yeah. How's the lockup? Oh, it's perfect. How's the centering? Well, that'd be perfect also. The condition? I'll say near mint to like new in box. These are currently out of stock right now. If you could find one, or if you order one, it's going to run you $575. That just seems crazy. I think $400 sounds right for this one. $430 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. That's the small and Cosi Tanto with black canvas inlays from Chris Reeve. Next up, we got a special one. We do. Oh. Be nice, would ya? Just be nice. McNeese Knives. This is a Mac 2 3.5-inch atomic finish frag pattern. What a stunner of a knife. Absolute stunner. I'm knocking stuff over. But guys, could you just use a bigger card so you only have to do one? Yep, Mac 2 3.5 in Magna Cut, titanium handle, assembled by made January 13th of 2025 in the United States of America. There it is. The atomic finished frag Mac 2 atomic reed acid stonewash. Just a beautiful knife. Opens with thumb studs. Blade rides on ball bearings. Listen to that. It's just beautiful. A stout clip point blade made in America. Yeah. 3 7/16 blade, 4 1/4 handle, right hand tip up, springy titanium pocket clip. Let's see, how's the action? Stunning. How's the lockup? Perfect. No steel insert on these, by the way. Must be carburized. Blade centering, dead. Condition, near mint in box with certificate of authenticity. This particular Mac 2 currently out of stock with that frag handle. When they were available, they had a web retail price of $595. How about we do $475 on this one? $500 if you'd like it with my edge. And next day sharpening is available. That's the Mac 2 3.5 from McNeese. Next up, we got us a Microtech. It is the model number 169RL-1FLNC. It's the RAM-LOK single edge with fluted aluminum handle, anodized natural clear. What do you think of that? I kind of like it. Look at that stunner. Fluted aluminum handle. This is wearing a black Casey Lynch deep carry clip, but you get the factory clip, which is going to give you the born on date. March of 25. RAM-LOK mechanism. There we go. Two-tone blade in M390 MK. Blade length is 3 11/16. The handle's 4 5/16. The clip is ambidextrous tip up with a fill tab. The centering will be perfect. The action's perfect. The lockup is perfect. Near mint in box Currently available for a web retail price of $337. Let's go $250 on this one. $275 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening is available. That's the Stitch RAM-LOK from Microtech. Next up, we're going to experience a ZT. This is the ZT-0562 Ti Hinderer in MagnaCut. I don't believe I've seen a MagnaCut 562 with the all titanium handle until now. There we go. Ball bearing flipper, titanium frame lock with steel insert, MagnaCut blade. Blade length 3 9/16. Handle length is 4 7/8. There's your lock engagement. It's rock solid. Beautiful action. Beautiful centering. Condition, we could call it like new in box. Available new right now at your favorite ZT retailer for $320 plus tax. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail, $230 like it is. $255 with an ApostleP edge, like zero death lock. Look, fingers on lock bar, flies. That's a good one, boys. Next up, we have another one from Zero Tolerance, and it's going to come in a Kubi pouch. No box. This is the ZT-0357. An entry-level Zero Tolerance, scaled in 3D machined black G10. Pocket clip, shorty deep carry, ambidextrous tip up. It is a speed-safe spring assist mechanism with a blade of CPM 20 CV. Gorgeous acid stonewash. 3 1/4 blade, 4 7/16 handle. Stainless steel liner lock, robust. By the way, it's got to be milled out because it's not very heavy. Strong spring, by the way. Flipper. Blade length is, I told you that. Condition is near mint to like new with no box. Lockup is rock solid. You saw the action. It's perfect, and as is the centering. Currently available for a MAP price from ZT, $188 at your favorite ZT retailer. Let's go $130 on this one. $155 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. That's the 357 from Zero Tolerance. Next up, you know, I should have pulled the trigger on one of these by now, but I'm not. This is the 4400 Casbah, one of Benchmade's new lightweight automatics, scaled in black grivery with some awesome molded in texture. Sorry about that. We have a very infidel looking deep carry clip, ambidextrous tip up. Button lock auto with a safety. Very positive. Good action. S30V blade. 3 3/8 inches of blade, 4 7/16 inches of handle. Rock solid lockup. Centering is off a bit. Does it have? It does. It has the monolock stop pin, which is a 6-sided pin, and each facet is a different distance from center, so you can adjust how far your button lock engages. Okay. Condition, near mint to like new in box. Available new for $250 web retail. Let's go $170 on this one. $190 with an ApostleP edge. That is the Casbah from Benchmade. Next up, we have the Save Me From Myself moment tonight. It's a black box from Benchmade containing a model 575-1 Mini Presidio 2, one of my favorite Benchmades of all time, and I do not own one. It is the pinnacle of evolution of the Presidio folder. And I think the most usable EDC size is the Mini. The knock on the Presidio folder has always been that it's too heavy. First it had, a file textured set of aluminum scales. Those were smoothed out. And then we got the CF Elite, which is what we have here. A high carbon infused polymer like a Glock. Just beautiful. Axis lock mechanism, opens with thumb studs, rides on phosphor bronze washers. Has a beautiful glass bead blasted swedged spear point blade. In S30V. Blade length is 3 3/16, the handle 4 1/4. Clip is an ambidextrous tip up, black oxide coated butterfly stamped deep carry clip. Rock solid lockup. Free drop in action. And perfect centering. Like new in box. You can buy these new at your favorite Benchmade web retailer for $225. This one, $145 like it is $165 sharpened. The Mini Presidio 2 in CF Elite from Benchmade. Well, that, my friends, brings us to the Rob's Pick in tonight's sale. And I made this the Rob's Pick specifically so you would save me from myself. It is the 535 BK-4 bug out in M390. I love the bug out. It's like my second favorite Benchmade ever. And that version is amazing. The sunburst milled or fluted, smoky clear, hard anodized aluminum scale set is something to behold. Red thumb studs, red standoffs, black oxide shorty deep carry ambidextrous tip-up clip, axis lock mechanism, and a blade of Cerakoted M390. Oh, my Lord. Oh, golly. Blade length, 3 3/16, handle, 4 3/16. Lockup, dead solid. Not quite a free dropper, but eminently flingable as adjusted. Blade centering, bang on. I got it near mint in box. Why do I not call it like new? I don't know. You could. Not a bad factory edge from Benchmade either. Anyway, I think DLT is the only retailer has these left, and they want $300, which is less than they used to be. How about we do $185 on this one, like it is $210 with my edge. I'm just going to tell you, if this one makes it to Saturday, you're not getting a price reduction. I am. That is the 535 BK-4 bug out, fluted aluminum and M390. Next up. Oh, we got another Benchmade. No box, just a pouch, and I think the clip tab is in there. You know, the little piece of card under the clip. This is the 560 BK-1 Super Freak. Scaled in 3D machined black and gray layered G10. red G10 liners, red hard anodized aluminum standoffs, Parkerized split arrow pocket clip, ambidextrous tip up, axis lock mechanism, black Cerakoted blade in CPM M4. I got a little coating wear. It's been sharpened, but it looks like only on one side. So it's not factory fresh, but rock solid lockup, free swinging action. Centering is very close. I'm going to call it excellent, no box. And this will be the cheapest one of these we've ever sold. They're $325 web retail. This one, $160 like it is $185 sharpened. So just spend $185 and have me sharpen it. And you got a beautiful Super Freak. Next day sharpening is available, by the way. Next up, another boxless Benchmade. Just get the microfiber pouch with this one. It's a 15080-2 Crooked River, scaled in diamond wood, orange G10 backspacer, orange pivot collars, Parkerized split arrow clip, ambidextrous tip up, axis lock mechanism, rides on phosphor bronze, gorgeous clip point blade in S30V, 3 15/16 blade, 5 5/16 handle. Bolsters are clear hard anodized aluminum, by the way. We got a free dropper. Centering is quite nice. You might call it perfect. Near mint, no box. Current map price or web retail for the Crooked River is $375. That's insane. But a nice buy at $200. That's your price. $220 with an Apostle P edge, all in, shipped priority mail. The OG Crooked River from Benchmade. Next up, I got a Spyderco. Comes in a bag. From China, it's the Resilience, the big boy. Black G10, 4-way clip, stainless steel liner lock. The big, long, leaf-shaped blade rides on phosphor bronze washers. That is 4 1/4 inches of 8CR13 MOV. The handle's 5 3/16. There's your lock engagement. Beautiful. Rock solid. Pretty normal action for a Resilience. Perfect centering. Yeah, that works. We'll call it near mint, no box. The Resilience is currently available at your favorite Spyderco retail. Oh, excuse me. For $73 map. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail for $50. Now at $73, you're going to pay postage and sales tax, so $85, $87. $50 sounds like a buy. $70 with my edge. That's the Resilience from Spyderco. Next up, another Spidey, wrong box. Pretty cool knife. It's the Spyderco Sage 5 Salt. So you get the same pattern that you get with the Chaparral lightweight, but in yellow. Pocket clip black, ambidextrous tip up deep carry wire. The leaf-shaped Sage blade is in CPM MagnaCut, 3-inch blade, 4 1/4 handle, compression lock, rock solid lockup, by the way, free swinger on phosphor bronze, perfect blade centering. I was going to call it like new, but there is a smudge, a very faint smudge right by my thumbnail. See it? It's not goo, it's there. So very near mint in box, but it is the wrong box. Currently available at your favorite Spyderco web retailer for $176. This one is yours. $125 like it is $150 with an Apostle P edge. The Sage 5 Salt in Magnica from Spyderco. Next up, I have a Hogue in a baggie. This is the Deca Warncliffe Murdered. Beautiful milled black G10. Finished satin on the flats. Nice slim profile ambidextrous tip-up clip. Able lock mechanism. Opens with thumb studs. Rides on phosphor bronze. DLC Alan Elishewitz Nightmare Ground Warncliffe in CPM 20 CV. 3 1/8 blade, 4 5/16 handle. Lock up, dead rock solid. Beautiful action. Perfect centering. We'll call it, I guess we can call it near mint. It looks like it's been in the pocket a little bit, but no appreciable edge wear. So yeah, no box. They're $175 web retail. Let's do $120 on this one. $120 like it is $145 sharpened. Next, we got one from Kershaw. It's kind of my new favorite Kershaw ever. The 6105 BLK Bel Air. It is the Bel Air Murdered. Black hard anodized aluminum scales. Ambidextrous tip-up deep carry pocket clip. Duralock, nothing at all like a Benchmade axis lock. Thumb studs open. It rides on ball bearings. It's better than that. There we go. Blade is black DLC coated CPM Magna Cut. 3 1/16 blade, 4 3/16 handle. Just beautiful in the hand. Lockup is dead rock solid. The action is perfect, as is the centering. Condition is like new in the box. These are available at your favorite Kershaw web retailer for $160. Map price. We will offer this one at $120 like it is, $145 if you'd like it with my edge. The Murdered Bel Air from Kershaw. Next, we have one from the Mouse, the Giant Mouse Company. Ooh, looks like a bronze anodized titanium backspacer. Some beautifully satin finished and 3D machined crowned black G10 scales. Ambidextrous tip up deep carry wire clip and a ball bearing flipper. How about that thing? It's pointy. Tumbled DLC blade in M390. It is the Ace Corta Blackout. 3 inches of M390. 4 1/8 of handle. Stainless steel liner lock mechanism, locking up nice early and securely. Rock solid. Very smooth ball bearings in this knife, by the way. Very smooth. And perfect blade centering. Condition, we will say near mint, no box. This model currently available at your favorite Giant Mouse retailer for $195. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail. $140 like it is, $165 with my edge. Next day sharpening is available. The Giant Mouse Ace Corta Blackout G10. Next up, we got one from Columbia River Knife and Tool, one of those quirky knives that makes you smile. It's a 2392 deviation. Renner design. The scales are stainless steel, anodized blue in the recesses, satin finished on the top flats. Pocket clip ambidextrous tip up deep carry. It is an IKBS flipper. There we go. And a stunning Tonto blade. I mean stunning. That top edge not sharp, of course. But anyway, the blade is stainless steel. It is 3 1/16 inches in length. The handle's 4 1/2. It's a stainless steel liner lock. Nice and secure, but not late. Rock solid. Lots of lock bar tension and a very firm detent. Centering's beautiful. It is very near mint in box. These are long discontinued, not a stock. They have kind of a cult following. Sold listings on eBay range between $86 and $170. Let's go $50 on this one like it is. $75 with my edge. The 2392 deviation from Columbia River Knife and Tool. Next up, we have one from Civivi, pouch only, no outer box. It is the C23079-2 placoid in blue shred G10. That's interesting. Not sure how they do that. Pocket clip, tip up deep carry, and ambidextrous. It is a ball bearing flipper. And there's kind of a smudgy thing going on that blade. I'm not sure what's up with that. Steel is 14C28N. The blade length is 3 3/4. The handle is 5 inches. It's a stainless steel liner lock. And it rides on ball bearings. These sell new for $62 web retail, plus tax and postage, of course. This one can be yours, all in, shipped priority mail, $40 like it is, $60 with my edge. Next day sharpening is available. That's the placoid from Civivi. And that, my friends, brings us to the last knife in tonight's sale. It is from Great Eastern Cutlery, the Titty-Ute Cutlery line to be specific. It is a model 661225 Little Cowboy in Ember Orange Micarta, which is super cool. I am a big burnt orange fan. Just look at that. That is polished linen micarta. Smooth nickel silver bolsters, brass liners. It is a very slightly serpentine pattern, and it's an opposite end jackknife. Main blade, a stunning clip point, full flat ground nail nick, and a long drawn swedge on the mark side and a long cut swedge on the pile side to give relief from that opposite end congressing pen blade. It is a Camtang knife with beautiful walk and talk. Zero rub, perfect centering. I'm going to call it a light 7, maybe a 6.5 on the pull. It is like new in tube. They're out of stock, of course. Sold listings on eBay range in a tight group between $170 and $185. Shipped. This one can be yours. Shipped priority mail, all in, $150 like it is. $175, I sharpen both blades. That's the 66 Little Cowboy from GEC. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking. I'll talk to you soon.